Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had an insightful session. Now, let's move forward. Continuous learning and adapting a growth attitude are highly valued by CMOs who manage high performance marketing teams. And if I mention about all the disruption that has happened or occurred in the recent past, the role of artificial intelligence and machine learning has reached another level. I hope you agree with me. In fact, according to a research, 56% of them plan to use AI and machine learning over the next year. But the question now is, as we step into a dynamic marketing world, how do we use the tool in synergy to create high quality content to cater to your business needs? That's what our next speaker will be talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to invite David Edelman to Marketing Refocus as our keynote speaker. As a member of Brazili's advisory board, David brings a wealth of experience to the table. With over 30 years of experience as a chief marketing officer, he has helped many businesses achieve success through digital and product marketing transformations. With an unyielding focus on results and a deep commitment to innovation, he's a data driven expert dedicated to overcoming customer challenges. So here's David speaking on Marketing 3.0, AI, and ML to the rescue. The stage is all yours, David.
Thank you, Sana, and hello, everybody. So, for kicking off, I thought it would be really useful as we all are bombarded with information about AI, especially generative AI, to step back and also talk about some other ways besides generative AI that are already reshaping the marketing landscape. So, I'm just going to share my screen and bring up some slides here. Let's just make sure this works. And this is all based on okay. So this is all based on an article that I recently published along with Mark Abraham from BCG in the Harvard Business Review on customer experience in the age of AI. And our belief is, even before we start getting into the generative AI capabilities from ChatGPT and all of that, the world has been moving towards personalization. And there are a wealth of tools already out there that can enable personalization. So let's just go through the different kinds of things you have to do to drive personalization and how there are tools and examples already of companies using these. So first is you can use AI to understand things in your data about customers at both an individual level and a broader level. Signals that can tell you things, for example, where they are at a given moment in their customer journey. So one example of a system that does this is from a company called Pointillist, which is now actually owned by Genesis. And Pointillist uses two AI capabilities. First, they match your identity across all the different touchpoint systems that, for example, a bank or a telecom company or a software company may have. So what are you doing on the web, on an app, calling into a call center, from a billing perspective? What are all of these things that come together to make your customer experience? And then it maps those customer experiences by time stamping them and stringing them together. The second part of the AI is actually finding out, where are there anomalies? Where are there things that you're doing that actually are creating issues? So, for example, if someone's in the app, and this is a real example from a telecom company, a cable TV company, somebody is using their app and is having trouble paying their bill. And then they call into the call center. Well, we've got a lot of things going on there that are actually not very good. We've got a problem in the app, and then we have a call to the call center that we didn't really want to have. What Pointillist can actually do is several things. One is when the person calls into the rep, it can immediately tell them that you had a problem paying a bill on an app and can guide that rep to actually fix the problem. It can also alert the company that there is somebody who's having this issue. And in fact, calls are spiking because several people are having this issue, and it can make them aware of it in real time. So they can immediately figure out that, oh, we just released an upgrade to the iOS version of our app. There must be a bug. Let's fix that immediately. And let's make sure the call center knows what's going on so they can address customers. So using AI already to track an experience, understand the journey, and then figure out what's going wrong and how to act upon it right there already is opportunity in terms of managing an experience. The next is trying to predict who will mostly do what. Where might there be a good match? What are the right ways to connect a customer to some kind of activity that we want them to do? So, another example of AI is from a company called Affinity. An Affinity looks at, in a call center, for example, somebody calling in and the pool of available reps at that moment and creates a match, figures out which of the agents, given everything we know about the member, who they are, what their relationship has been, where they're calling from, what time of day, all kinds of information about them, and then looking at the agent, what kind of calls have they been successful with before? It creates a match and routes the member to the best agent. In this case, for a sales opportunity, it could be for resolving a service claim, and using that intelligence drives a better outcome for the customer and much more efficient from a call center management side of things. Next is actually personalizing the interactions that you have with each individual. And I'll give you an example of a company who does this. And this is actually talked about in my article. Brinks Home Security is a subscription service where you sign up to have an alarm system in your home that they monitor. And 1 year after you sign up, it's time to renew. And it's often hard to get people to renew. And so Brinks has often just simply given people a 25% discount to renew. But they give that 25% discount to everybody. What about if they could figure out some people actually will sign up with less? Some people may not need anything. Some people, maybe we should bundle in another product that we can expand them and give them that for a discount. And so they use a tool called OfferFit to help them manage all the possibilities of what they can do. There could be different times to send it, the content of the offer, the picture in the backdrop. All of those are things you can mix and match and combine. It's a massive multivariate testing challenge. You can innovate and come up with all ideas, but you don't know what's going to work for whom. And OfferFit actually creates the test cell structure to minimize the number of test cells for all of the variation, sends out the actual communications, and works together with, for example, Salesforce or HubSpot to do that, captures the back data, and then gradually optimizes so that the best combination that'll move each customer goes to those particular customers. And in this case, for Brinks, they actually got a 400% improvement in performance by using AI to figure out the right match of test cells and then what works for whom and managing that optimization. Pretty remarkable. And so everybody gets a different offer, and we're starting to use here AI to actually do personalization. The next part is actually automating the whole experience. And here's where generative AI starts to play a role. But there's also things even before generative AI that can create new kinds of experiences for an individual. So, one that I actually used when I was chief marketing officer at Aetna is called Sunday Sky. Sunday Sky creates personalized videos. And so, what we did at Aetna was all new members who had signed up for Aetna Healthcare. When they signed up, as part of their onboarding experience, got a personalized video explaining to them their health plan, who was covered, what were their benefits, what different things cost, because in the United States, it's kind of complicated in terms of you have deductibles, co-payments, co-insurance, and all of that. But it explained it in plain English with animations to make it simple. And it was a home run because people did not understand their health plans before. So by using AI to create these video experiences and then optimize them over time, we got 70% of our customers to watch a 3-minute video, which is pretty remarkable. Calls were cut by over 15% because people understood their health plans. They didn't have to call in with questions about it. Retention increased, net promoter score improved. It was pretty remarkable using this kind of thing, not just in itself to provide the information, but it made people feel better about the brand to get a personalized experience. And then as you do more experiments and as you spend budget, you want to figure out how to optimize your spend. And AI can play a role in that as well. And a good example of this comes from a company called Elsy, ELSY, that's been recently bought by Video Amp. And what Elsy can do is use AI to bring together all of the media spending that a company is doing, whether it's in social, search, regular media, connected TV, streaming services, all of that at an incredibly granular level. Most of that is usually in dedicated systems that Google has you use for search or Meta has you use for social. Well, this pulls all that data together into one integrated dashboard so you can see all of your spend in real time right now. So you're managing your spend as if you were a hedge fund manager managing investments, and you're looking at that and you're constantly rebalancing. And what the AI does is not just create all the matches so that you can see it in one place, it also helps you run scenarios. What if I have another 500,000 to spend? Where should I do it? What if I have to cut 500,000? It helps you figure out different types of scenarios for balancing that spend. It makes it just like a hedge fund. So all of these are ways right now, before you even get into ChatGPT, these are capabilities that AI is enabling in order to drive more personalization. And putting it all together, we actually had a behavior change program that we ran when I was at Aetna. It's now been adopted by CVS, where we're trying to get people to do healthier actions. So I know that I want you to do something like you're over 45, you need to get a colonoscopy or a breast cancer checkup. If you're on a drug and you haven't been taking your drug, we want to get you back on your drug. If you've been going to the emergency room too often, we want to get you just to a local clinic. And so we know who we want to do what, but we don't know how to get them to do it. So we have to get all the information about somebody, bring that together, which we use AI to create an integrated database. Use AI to find trigger signals about somebody being at a point where they're at risk. Use AI to figure out what is the next best action that we should recommend to somebody, and then use AI to set up a whole testing routine to figure out different types of opportunities and test different ideas to figure out the best way to get somebody to do it. And then once we figured that out, feed that back into the AI so that we can have it optimized going forward. Again, all the tools to do this are there. A lot of it is simply a question of finding the right ones for your environment, integrating them, creating the processes by which to use them. So across the whole customer journey, which you see on the left, learn, buy, get, use, pay, it's kind of a generic vision of the customer journey. There are AI tools, again, before we even get to generative AI, that can help you drive intelligent engines that can enable much more personalized marketing. Going forward now, though, with what generative AI enables and its ability, for example, to just put up a prompt box and you put in what you want to do, and it will generate the code to get that done. All of the interfaces behind the tools that I talked about will become dramatically simpler. Some of the opportunities, like creating different variations of an ad, all of those backdrops, and all of the text variations, for example, that Brinks might create for OfferFit to use, test, and optimize, those can now be generated by tools, the generative AI tools of various kinds. So generative AI is going to turbocharge all of this, but the capabilities are already there and companies are already using it. I think it's an incredibly exciting time, and I'm looking forward to hearing all kinds of stories. I believe that personalization is going to be one of the most important things that businesses focus on. And already we're hearing stories of leaders who are using these tools to move the needle substantially in their performance. So I'll just hold it there. Sana, hand it back to you.
Thank you for all the valuable inputs, David. They were truly, truly amazing. Thank you so much. And for everyone who has joined us, I hope you've got some interesting insights from the session. And if you want to talk more about AI and technology, our subject matter experts are present at the table number one in the lounge area. Please feel free to connect with them one on one and get a chance to win some exciting Amazon vouchers. Now, let's hop on to our next panel discussion where we will discuss how you can master the art of personalized omni-channel engagement. I will see you there.